This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I'm not sure if I should be glad or disappointed that it isn't as lively as the place in this film. Pixied is a short fantasy comedy from directors Gabriela Sorroza and Agostina Ravazzola, made back in 2017, following the morning routine of a man apparently named Mr. Pix. He goes through the same motions as anybody else, waking up, brushing his teeth, getting dressed, eating breakfast, and going to work. What makes him different are the magical objects in his house that he seems to be able to control with the flick of his finger. It's something he's apparently never questioned, which makes it all the more confusing for him when he no longer finds himself in control. And worse, that the household items seem to have grown tired of Mr. Pix and his presence. It's a pretty simple story to follow with a well-handled structure and pacing. There's a solid setup, a steady build-up, and, well, it actually just ends a bit anticlimactically. Everything else up to that point is alright, and the implications of the ending are also fine, but it also just kind of stops short of something definitive. It doesn't even need to be a grand sort of ending, since the rest of the movie is pretty entirely focused on Mr. Pix and the rebelling objects of the house. I just wanted something a bit more, conclusive. Anyways, at the very least, it isn't something entirely out of left field. I suppose it fits in with the rest of the movie's writing, which is more focused on the events that play out over any other sort of development, including Mr. Pix, who doesn't need much more to do here than exist. The whole film pretty much exists for two reasons, one being for the sake of its main story. The other seems to be for the special effects on display and the presentation of the story, with the use of stop motion to bring the inanimate objects to life. Mr. Pix himself is also rendered in stop motion, adding to the magic realism sense of the film, while also just being a practical choice entirely. Most of all, it does give the movie a stylization that effectively pulls you into the world and makes it feel truly alive. I figure that's more of the point of the short, not so much to tell a bigger story about one man's hubris collapsing around him, but just to create a world where this could happen. In that regard, it works. I just wish it had a bit more of an ending, I suppose. Pixied, Gabriela Sorroza, Agostina Ravazzola, 2017. 2.5 stars. I'd say it's still worth watching. That's it for me. If you liked this review, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Given what goes on in this short, I suppose I should be glad nothing around here is alive. Still, it would give me something to talk with around here.